I am currently the Treasurer and BC Director of the Canadian Association for Williams Syndrome and a Foundation Board member for REACH, which is located in Delta. So the way I got involved in these two organizations is in 2019 I had my first daughter. She was born super duper small and she wasn't meeting her milestones, so we started getting a number of different tests done. And when she was 7 months old, she was diagnosed with an incredibly rare genetic condition called Williams syndrome. So she's missing a portion of genes on one copy of her 7th chromosome, which is associated with medical problems such as cardiovascular issues with her kidneys, and developmental delays. So she actually just started walking when she was 3.5 years old. And let me tell you, it was one of the most proudest moments that we had. In order to educate the classmates that my daughter went to daycare with, I decided to, well, at first it started out as a PowerPoint presentation to let them know what's going on with Olivia. And then I was like, okay, well, what if I printed it? So I ended up publishing a book called Life with Williams Syndrome, just for her classmates. And then I was like, okay, well, this is a great resource. There's nothing like it out there. So why don't I make this widely available? So I ended up publishing it on Amazon, and now it's in 4 different languages, so Spanish, French, and then we have a Mandarin version as well. And that's in 11 countries all over the world. So then I had reached out to the Canadian Association for Williams Syndrome, and I'm like, hey, I've done this book, would you guys mind reading it and letting me know if I've said anything controversial or against, what the association stands for, or understood widely for Williams syndrome. And then through that, I got asked to be the BC director, and then this last year, I just recently took over as treasurer.
St. John Ambulance today exists throughout the Commonwealth, Hong Kong and Ireland. My role as chair of operations in British Columbia and the Yukon had its seeds in Sri Lanka, where I earned my very first volunteer hours. St. John today perpetuates a tradition of caring for an injured humanity, dating back at least to the year 1023, when the first hospital of St. John took its rise at Jerusalem. Today, the St. John Eye Hospital is our modern continuation of this ancient tradition of a hospital in Jerusalem, with various facilities around the city, regional clinics and mobile teams. The better-known pillar is St. John Ambulance, which has operated in Canada since 1883. St. John Ambulance was a novel and very vital response to the great rise in workplace accidents stemming from the Industrial Revolution. At best, an extremely basic and stagnant understanding of first aid and medical procedures equipped the average member of the populace to face emergencies before them. The St. John Ambulance mission since then has been to train people in these vital skills and then send them out into their communities to teach and to treat. In this region, my role as chair of operations in British Columbia and Yukon is to oversee the delivery of this humanitarian mission in our area of the world. This is done through adult first aid volunteers, cadets, therapy dogs, first aid training in community, industrial, and workplace settings, fundraising, and commercial product sales. It's a very fulfilling role for me, though I would suggest anyone who assumes it's relaxing or straightforward as not paying attention. In due time, I know I must pass the torch to wiser and worthier hands, but until then, intend to continue doing my very best for the organization. Volunteering for St. John is an avocation greater than oneself, but greater also than one's community, city, country, or even continent. All around the world, dedicated St. John volunteers are hard at work, and thus the world is full of new friends that you already have a shared interest with, whether you find yourself in Singapore, Jaipur, Kuala Lumpur or Kelowna.
When I was a CGA student and a new CGA, I had the privilege of working with some mentors who dedicate generously their time to supporting the profession. So their passion and commitment really inspired me. Joining the Burnaby New Westminster chapter just felt perfect way to follow their legacy, or carry on their legacy, and meet with like-minded individuals and give back to the profession. Now, over the years, I've seen how much local chapters can do for members, students, and candidates. It's not just about social networking or professional development. It's about creating that sense of belonging and connection. As chair, I had an amazing group of volunteers that I work with. What keeps me stay motivated is knowing what our efforts can really make a difference. Whether it's helping the young CPAs or students navigate their careers, or creating that networking opportunities to spark meaningful connections for fellow CPAs. Financial literacy is essential because it gives people the tools and confidence to make decisions about their money. Without financial literacy, even basic tasks like savings or budgeting can feel overwhelming. So by improving public knowledge, we are not just helping individuals, we are helping families and societies as a whole. And so for me, when the financial literacy was introduced to BC, and I went to the orientation session, I feel, bang, that was another good opportunity to kind of volunteer. It just matched perfectly. One session I remember, I was delivering a workshop to new immigrants to Canada, and many of them were struggling how the financial system works in Canada. But after the session, such as taxes or even credit scores or saving for retirements, they have no idea what's this new home for them to expect. So after I delivered, one participant came out and said to me, saying I feel like I can start to build a future for my family in Canada. That moment was really rewarding. It also reminded me how something for us like a CPA seems very simple, but can make a life changing for somebody else.